Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Today we have a fantastic reading on your love story. So this is going to be over the next 90 days, things that are taking place. And we're going to use the Mists of Avalon Oracle to have your King Arthur and Guinevere story. So I am going to choose some cards in a moment, and you guys are going to be able to pick your cards, and they will be different characters in the Arthurian legend, the old folk tales, messages of wisdom from these sacred times, really the old world learnings and soul life teachings, really reawaken within us the magic of a place and time that we can immerse ourselves in. That true love story, that chivalry, that beautifully illustrated pageantry, the enigmatic Lady of the Lake, all of that. So what I'm going to do is choose 3 cards, and I'm going to put them out, and I'm going to let you guys make your choice for your love story that's coming in. This could be your soulmate union. This could be kindred spirits coming back in. Whatever it is, we're going to look into it. So I'm going to go grab your cards and then place them out. Okay, everybody, and here's your choices. Choice number 1 is the Lady of the Lake, the Goddess, Otherworld, Mystery, Self-Knowledge. Also, a number 17 is at the top if you like to choose things numerically as well. Number 2 is Merlin, Equilibrium, Perception, Alchemy, Magic. Number 18. I love that. I bet the majority of you people are going to choose that. It just really stands out, doesn't it? And number 3 is Priestess of Avalon, Divine Inspiration, Ancient Knowledge, Initiation, Healing, and a number 25. So I'm going to let you guys make your choice, and then we're going to begin with number 1. Right. So for the beginning, the Lady of the Lake, number 1, the Goddess, beautiful energy. So this is going to be your personal message for you, just what's taking place in your journey, and then we're going to look into all the different aspects. So this card, if it's chosen, is definitely about mystery, self-knowledge, the Goddess, and otherworld. This is us really seeking the sort of truth and integrity that resides within ourselves. So it asks us to take control of our own lives and make the most of what skills and talents we have. I mean, we have a lot of skills and talents, and sometimes we just don't tap into them and try to see what resonates with us. I know I like to pick up different tools, different types of paints, and I know for me in particular, I like acrylics and oils. I've tried my hand at all kinds of sewing. Of course, my favorite thing is jewelry making. What natural talents do you have? So many people have a book within us, a screenplay, other things like that. It's also the message that we really are stronger than we think. We start to stand in our own power, and really amazing things happen. So the Lady of the Lake is a being of great magical powers. She's the gatekeeper of the other world, a place of transit and unknown emotions. And she asks that we remain pure and true to ourselves. That means, we have our good, strong boundaries. We keep them in place. We are honest and forthright in our transactions out in the world, right? Our vision, our integrity, and the way that we hold our own power. So when this card comes up, it really is there to remind you that you are responsible for shaping your reality. This card reminds us to extend that there is an extension of her magical sword of truth, Excalibur, which has been forged by the will of the Goddess, and asks that we live by our truth and integrity. The Lady of the Lake once handed the sacred sword to King Arthur to bring about peace and unity in the land. So this card denotes it's a time to take up a challenge as well that has been handed to you. What do you really stand for right now? Who do you truly want to become? And to dive deep into the waters of our inner being and resurface with self-understanding. Lots of times it takes a little bit of a solitary time, usually out in nature. I know for myself today, I just walked and I sat on a hillside in my park, and I watched the geese, and I watched every little feather and every little movement, and I slowed time down, and I really connected with the earth. Beautiful solid grounding. And my message was definitely to keep up my spiritual practices. I do need to slow everything down more into, nature and my books and my practices than other things, than television and other things like that. We can't be our own sovereign if we shape our life to fit someone else or what they want us to be, right? We are going to at times see glimpses of otherworldly beauty and wonderful things out there, and that shows us our own potential of greatness. I know I like to seek and listen to really powerful speakers. They lift me and let me know the possibilities are out there. Like, I had no idea that Tony Robinson had the life that he had. I did not realize that he grew up hungry with a super proud, ego-driven father, and that they went hungry a lot of times. And even when people dropped food off at their door, his father would turn it away due to his ego. Like, I did not know that. Somebody that powerful and you know, that emanates this strength and everything is like, usually that is people that overcome very tough hardships do have gratitude that is immense, and they are strong and powerful because of it. But I didn't realize that he had lived those hardships to the level that he had. And I was like, wow. And that really is, you know, it reminds me sort of Arthurian legends, that people had trials and tribulations, but through strength, determination, and follow through, they were able to create the lives that they wanted. So, you know, I really love this, because this talks about listening to your guidance and your guardians. They will support this inner quest and give you the self-knowledge and empower you and remind you, you do create your own reality 100%. How do you see yourself? How capable do you see yourself? How lovable do you see yourself? So on and so forth. So now we're going to delve into the love and what's coming and what that is going to bring. And here we go. This is amazing. So with Blow-to-Weld, this is you starting to feel this sense of renewal, this freedom. You're manifesting this. Your authentic self is coming through very strong. I also love the 33. That will be one of your special manifestation numbers and one of your synchronistic numbers. You're really going to be reclaiming your true self and break free from all these confines of society and parental, you know, enclosures that try to tell you who you should be, who you should meet, who you should spend time with. You're no longer going to be taken prisoner. You are choosing freedom and self-expression. And because of that, you're really connecting with your inner goddess, your higher self, and you're going to be your very own true self, which of course means your highest frequency. So you'll be attracting your beautiful soulmate through this. When you really dig deep and bring yourself into a present moment awareness, you see everything, you know. It's amazing. The story behind this is interesting too. When Blow-to-Weld is caught out with her lover, he's killed and she is turned into an owl. So this is one of our things that says we need to ask ourselves about our needs, our wants, our goals, and our identity. And we choose freedom and we express ourselves the way we want. We're not defined by what anybody else wants from us. So your journey into this love is going to find you reconnecting with your strongest self, setting healthy boundaries, knowing what you want, not being, you know, that yes person or a doormat or anything else. Your person is going to bring out the absolute best in you, who you are, what you're doing, how you're, you know, you're activated in all the right ways, which is really, really important. Because your person right here, which is representing the king of the fairy realm, is somebody who has immense personal power. They've been on a journey. You know, they are definitely having a huge renewal time. This is rebirth. This is a big phoenix time for them. So I feel like they might have stepped back from maybe the social world or maybe society in general and just really became like a bookworm and an introvert for a while. And renewal doesn't like just happen. We have to take a journey into our shadow self, the dark abyss. We have to face all the aspects of ourself that bring up challenges, fears, everything that we bury deep within. So your person is now very healthy. They've laundered all this. They cleared the way for new life and new love. And now they've created a really happy vitality path, vitality-driven path into the future for you. So I really love that, because now they kind of dwell in the realm of spirit and happiness and health. And I feel like when you have these two cards together, that you guys are just going to have super high compatibility. You are now, you know, it's like you're realizing, I do need to do certain things for myself. I need to understand really, truly what my needs and wants are. I need to feel connected to nature, all the magical realms, my spiritual self. I need to follow my heart and recognize that you're beautiful in body, mind, and spirit. So each day you're going to check in with yourself. How am I feeling? Really, what do I want? And how am I going to elevate myself to be on my highest frequency to connect with this person that is going to show up in my path? It's really you just being in your healthiest mind state to do this. So if you watch any kind of reality show that's based on love, like Love Island or any of those things, People have so many triggers, so many traumas that are never addressed, and they just flip out all over the map. They have they just cannot adjust. They cannot negotiate. They cannot slow down, and they cannot listen. And it's bizarre. But a lot of people now are understanding what that does to relationships. So your particular person has done this work, which I love. So I feel like this is starting to commence very, very soon. And I keep seeing your 333. So I feel like, around 33 days, this is when your person's going to show up. And it's like your life is infused when we have this Bridget card with radiance, passion, soul empowerment. You guys, you fit right in that niche where you connect in the right ways. You feel the truth of them in you, and they ignite this insane spark of passion inside you. And sometimes it gets down to a little flicker and is almost extinguished, but you're like, I've got this. I understand my heart's desires to connect with an awesome person, so I'm going to be open and receptive. And that is the big eye opener for you. How unreceptive that you were in the past. Maybe thinking they had to check off all of these boxes, and when every single box wasn't checked off, they weren't going to be good enough. Or you were looking for things to self-sabotage with. That is something I see a lot in relationships, especially in televised things. I like to watch and study them and be like, what is up with that? People just implode. There's a certain time that goes by, and everybody's expectation is different. And if they don't communicate what their expectations are, or their wants, or their needs, it's one big stupid haphazard guessing game, and everybody implodes. But not you and your person, because you're going to have excellent communication. This is what happens. It is you reconnecting to your sacred energy and the passion that's within you, and shows up in different ways to make you happy individually in your own self. And when you have that, and when we're kind of like centered and grounded and solid, other people just enhance our existence. They don't create our happiness for us. It already exists. And that's what's happening. And it's going to birth kind of in a very healthy way, with great communication, and you guys supporting and talking to each other, being super present moment aware. And then you'll also refuel and refill yourself and each other as is kind of necessary. This is kind of like on a deeper level of just preparedness, letting you know you're prepared, and letting you know that your person is now very stable and grounded, and they've become elevated in a spiritual sense as well, because they've recognized, through all of this, we do need to have self-evaluation, self-awareness. And a lot of times we have to burn it all down and then have that Phoenix moment where we're like, I am now aware of the things that sabotaged and created problems before. It's really just open ears, open eyes, and open heart on both sides that creates this loving connection in such a fantastic, fantastic way for you. Oh, I love that for you, group one. That is really beautiful. Yay. I love these cards so much. They're so beautiful. I think at the end I'll do a quick flip through as well, because they're just fantastic. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And if you want a private read or anything else, all my information is right on the front of this thumbnail, my IG. And I'll also put my email on there as well. And thank you guys for all your gorgeous comments. I'm really excited. This journey that we undergo, whether it is a quest for spirituality, for a gorgeous love match, a really fulfilled creative life, whatever it is, the power always resides in us. And we don't need to jump into it all at once. It's all about baby steps, being aware, clarifying. First, clarify to the universe exactly what you would like, and then let it go with a healthy detachment. Let it launch out there, and then watch it come back to you. And gratitude is all in this game too. We have gratitude for what we already have, and then more comes in for us. So love and light. Number 2, this is one of my favorite cards, and this is talking to you personally right now, this particular card, by choosing it. Again, this is about magic, alchemy, equilibrium, and perception. And an important new role is awaiting you right now. So you're going to be asked to create your own kind of magic and bring it into light. Take a risk, really accept challenges right now when they come in. You are well prepared for manifesting your vision into reality. When your intentions and actions are aligned, magic happens. So have you clarified exactly what you would like out there in the midst of love? Like, what is your ideal partner? How would they treat you? How would you spend your time together? What would they physically look like? What would their laugh sound like? All of that. Send it out into the universe, quantify what that is, and clarify also the whys. Like, why is that important? Why is it important to feel, kind of loved, adored, cherished, and like honesty is abounding in the relationship, because I find most of the things in any kind of implosion happens usually through some kind of dishonesty, obfuscation, or just some shady tactics like that bring about insecurities, and then problems happen. So, Merlin's really known as the greatest of all wizards. His father was said to be a dark angel, and it was this parental lineage that prepared him to walk between the worlds of mortal and immortal. So, as a powerful psychic wizard, the card of Merlin really invites us to create our own blend of magic. You're asked to prepare to walk between two worlds of known and unknown. And that's a thing, too, to not be a skeptic about it, or to start to throw problems into it, right? Whenever I hear like people talk about relationships, one of the first things they always say as soon as it starts, I'm scared it's going to be too much, I'm scared it's going to be too little, I'm scared they're going to leave, I'm scared it's too hot. Like, what in the world? Fear is a lower vibrational activity, so why are we trying to bring all this fear into love? So we're letting go of that. This is like pivotal significance to rectify any of these things. We don't need fear. It is true when something's important to us, we fear losing it. Yet we have to change that around to how can we love and honor, cherish, and make it thrive, right? Let go of all this fear, and don't speak that all the time. So many people do too. I hear it all the time. I'm afraid they'll do that. I'm afraid. I'm like, what in the world? We're dropping that, okay? Because in preparation, it's a great and amazing thing, but we really have to be ready to believe too. Do you believe you're worthy? Do you believe you're prepared? Do you believe you're capable of it? Are you ready to suspend your existing belief system that everything has to be so 3D? And, I cringe when I hear people go, oh, they look good on paper. I'm like, what does that even mean? You know what I mean? In theory, I guess it's like that. In theory, they look good. So are you prepared to create a new image also of who you want to be? Are you open up to new and unforeseen opportunities as well? This really says that there might be a big change in your role right now. You're going to have great creative forces that come in, and they seem like they're just going to magically manifest. Like you're ready, all of a sudden, boom, a screenplay just arrives in your head. Boom, this amazing book comes out of thin air. Like, it's funny, I was walking through the park today and I saw these geese, and my head likes to make up rhymes. It loves wordplay, and I literally made a whole children's book in like 5 minutes just looking at these geese and their colors and their textures and the way they moved and the arc of their neck. And I thought, this stuff vaporizes if I don't write it down. Same goes for what's going to come in for you right now. But new roles also mean shedding old ways and embracing the new, because without risk, there is no invitation to the magic and the alchemical powerful forces that come in that help us create all of this magic, which is part of love. And just saying, hey, universe, I'm ready. And I'm looking with a discerning, but also an open heart. Discerning eye, but open heart, like I'm ready for this. So let's see what cards come in. Ooh, beautiful. So card 1 is going to speak of your soulmate that's coming in. I already felt soulmate energy from the beginning of this particular match. And then the next 2 talk sort of about the journey, and how much do we love the white spring, because this is about healing. It's about great energy. This is about gratitude. Wonderful, wonderful energy. So when we're talking about the Lancelot card, this is an individual that is chivalrous. There's heroism in their life. They are devoted. They are a romantic soul, and they are going to support your vision and honor your truth and share their heart equally. They have a sense of duty and emotional passion that goes into life, like a beautiful balance of this. They're somebody who follows their heart's longing, like to the end. So they're someone who's devoted and honorable, and they're very true to themselves, while they always allow other people to be true to themselves as well. So this is a person that's going to let you be you, not transactional love, complete unconditional love. It's amazing how many people think their flaws are flaws until they meet somebody, and then those people point out how much they love your aka freckle, your funny laugh, your whatever, your wonky earlobe, whatever it is that you think sometimes is going to be looked on with disdain or distaste. Your person loves that. I'm like that too. I really like distinctful looking people. Like I love unique individual looking people. I mean, even if by other people's eye it's not physically attractive, I love the uniqueness of it. A crazy tooth. I like Benedict Cumberbatch. Like he's very unique looking. Not so much like Gary Busey or anything, but you know what I mean? Just like funny, unique looking people. I really like that. There's too many like blendable people these days, especially like between ages, I feel like 18 and 28. And if they've all like following in that Kardashian niche, they all just start to blend together. And it's like, I like individuality. And so does your person. And they're going to keep bringing up to you how much they love your laugh. They like, you know, the way you run. It's sometimes, you know, if you have an awkward run, whatever it is, this person though, filled with honesty, they will ultimately make you so happy, and you will have your happily ever after, as you also are in a great headspace for this. You know, when we look into the Galahad card, meaning the combination, this is like you having the courage to just drop all the triggers, drop all the trauma, and face that and say, listen, I'm not going to sabotage myself. A lot of people say that too. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Everything's going so good. I'm waiting for them to turn into a maniac or whatever. And also, I feel like your timeline is very, very soon. I feel like this is coming within, you know, a matter of weeks, your person showing up here. I feel like that 5 represents more weeks, which I love. And the reason this is happening is now you have been encouraging yourself to evolve into like new luminous heights. Like, who are you, and recognizing you for the beautiful person you are. Self-acceptance is all, because then that opens the doorway to other people now see that in you. You know, you'll hear a lot of people go, oh, I love confidence, but that really is self-acceptance. When somebody accepts themselves, they speak the truth, you know, they honor who they are. It's very appealing. Because people pleasers or wishy-washiness, or people you don't even know who they really are, it's a strange kind of, it's like a landmine. You don't know later when the true self comes in, like what that is, and it seems all over the map. So you get to honor who you are 100%, because they do that. And again, the unconditional love that you feel all the time for them, you know, and you're going to feel like you're going to persevere, and you're going to keep stepping forward. Signs and signals are going to appear along the way to guide you to the next destination with them. Lots of synchronicities up in here. You're going to have a lot. I feel like 5s are going to be your keynotes. 555s, dragonflies, bumblebees, definitely little winged creatures. And you're really beginning to understand that even after countless attempts that may have gone awry due to, you know, foibles in the relationships, this is your person, this is your time, because now you're settled into yourself, and you're understanding that, you know, I don't have to rush into anything, I don't have to label anything, I don't have to sanctify anything to family, friends, or anybody. I'm going to take my time, and also not have that panic at those weird kind of timestamps in relationships. Like, people wig out a lot of times after the first couple weeks, because then they don't believe the tempo, regardless of it's perfect, is right. Too much communication, not enough. They go Goldilocks crazy, too hot, too cold, everything. They look for reasons to sabotage if they're you know, if they haven't dealt with trauma. And now you're just over it, and you're recognizing, listen, none of us is perfect, but when we voice very strongly our boundaries and what's deal breakers, and you know what our expectations, so on and so forth, people are not mind readers for the most part. So really just assert yourself, and all is going to go really, really well. And you're going to find yourself doing that, and you're also going to be very proud of yourself. Again, it's all about energy, gratitude, protection, healing, all of this. And when you are going through this awesome like healing process, you're going to bring love to all that you do. You're going to be eating healthier food. You're going to be resting your body, moving to your own rhythm. You're going to be loving those around you, and do things that lift your spirits continually as well. Because this type of energy is all about gratitude. And instead of second guessing, or why don't I also have this, it's just going to be 100% gratitude. True. It's like the entrance to understanding the universe loves gratitude. So when you say thank you for this person, and thank you for myself, I am capable, you know, of being aware and asking for things that I want. And again, learning to feel your energy and direct it and into areas that need healing as well when they do. Because the White Spring's all about, you know, recognizing that we have a lifetime to learn things. Even if we are at 25% gone, 50%, 75%, it doesn't matter. Whatever we've garnered in this lifetime, there's huge teaching moments, and you're now really looking beyond who you are and what you're feeling to who you can become the next day, the next week with them. Because people that kind of grow together, know together, you know, and they do really well. So you're going to allow this kind of like shape shifting into, all right, doubt and fear, I'm just going to release them because they do nothing. And that breeds anxiety, it breeds jealousy and other craziness, and let it all go. Like, you're really going to feel so unbothered by little trivial things, and it's going to make you seem extraordinarily elevated to your person too. And you're going to notice that about them, and you'll start to emulate each other like that. Like, forget about any, you know, trivial people, anybody that's wound up on the road, honking their horn, gossip, garbage, all of that. You guys are really going to find yourselves being your elevated, best, most loving self around each other, which I really love. And that's really what all of these cards combined say. You know, when we are true to ourselves, we speak what we want, we communicate richly, deeply, and lovingly, good things come of that. And that's all we need to do. Too many people try to guess. Oh, let me just hazard a guess on how they're feeling. And sometimes they jump to just really whacked out conclusions, and these assumptions bring problems. So communication is just going to be your number one keystone to get everything, you know, kind of in your court and have greater understanding for each other, which I love. And I just feel like you're going to have such a peaceful time of it and such a wonderful go of it this time. And you're like, yeah, you know what? I don't need to wrestle with and have tug of war with ghosts that aren't there. You know, I have a beautiful person who loves me right in front of me, and I'm going to also love unconditionally, not transactionally, and, you know, make sure that they feel that as well, which I love. So I love that for you, group 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe if you like this. And also, if you need a private read, all my information is right on the front of this thumbnail. You can email me or DM me, and I create a private video read just like this for you within 48 hours of your order of it. I send you a menu, all of that. It's so much fun. I love that. I use lots of different colorful decks, Oracle and Tarot, and I have a really, really great time doing it. And I'm still doing my May special for everybody. Everybody who's new, the first timers get 50% off all my rates, which is really nice. Okay, so group 3, I love this. So the Priestess of Avalon is all about healing, initiation, divine inspiration, and ancient knowledge. And when we really tuck in, sit down, slow everything down, we start to really feel our capabilities. We understand. Sometimes I'm in places and I'll just start laughing or smiling. I'll hear a really great message that I need to initiate calm or love or whatever it is. And then I realize, you know, we're always capable of tapping into that beautiful divine power all the time. So this is, if you chose this card, this is really about you breaking free from the confines that you and others have placed on you, and you can engage with really beautiful, magical, and natural ways of otherworldly teaching, other realms. You know, I just call it the natural world. Whenever I just go outside in nature and I listen to birds, I watch them. I have so many crazy animals that scurry around my backyard, and it helps divine power by living intuitively from the core of our true self. You know, we're not second guessing ourselves. We're not living fearfully. We're not just slapping labels all over us and trying to dress a certain way or look a certain way to garner acceptance. We accept ourselves. So this is you loving yourself unconditionally and just going for it. You know, the 9 Morgans, known as the Priestess of Avalon, dwelled in, I think you say, Yines of Fallon. It's the island of Avalon, and ruled there by the right of birth. So they once lived in seclusion as guardians of Avalon and the gateway to the other world. So they were skilled in science, healing, herbal lore, astronomy, oracle readings, rituals, shape-shifting. They worshiped the goddess with their sacred rites. You know, they were honored keepers of the sacred wells, the flames, the magic vessels, all of that. And this is a thing where we've got to remember we deserve to do rituals for ourselves, rituals of self-care, all of this. This is a time for you to seek mysteries of the divine feminine right now. It's one of those things where our psyche and our physical state and self-care and awareness and slowing everything down and, you know, living just a heart-based reality is really, really important. So that's representative of some of the growth you're doing. So now we're going to pull in and see what's going on in terms of your journey. Oh my goodness, you got the cards of all cards. So I just shuffled and dealt everything out because these cards are so slippery and they're brand new, and the way they're angled, everything slides all over the place. So I had to situate them because they were crazy. So when we get this, now your situation, what I'm hearing, this setup is basically with the beginning of Guinevere, how you will feel in the presence and relationship with your next person coming in. And again, I see very, very quickly, I keep seeing June. All of these, I feel like people that were drawn to this reading and drawn to specific cards in this, that they are ready, like their heart chakra is open, they're aligned, with this, which means they are now in receivership. They're ready for it. You know, they're not the people that are like, there's no good people out there, there's no good men, there's no good women. They're the people that are like, I'm going to find my love, and I'm ready for this, and I've done my shadow work, and I realize I'm not going to be triggered by things, and I'm going to come in with an open heart and an open mind. And also, I have set out into the universe, and I have affirmed exactly what I want. I have clarified the whys as well, why I want this particular person, why at this time, and why it's important to me. Simple things like that. So this is representative of how you will feel in this relationship when it comes to Guinevere. You'll feel beautiful, you'll feel strong in your feminine or masculine power, your sexuality, and your love, and you're going to allow the true love of your soul to really radiate the natural beauty, and the love that you see all around is very expansive right now, because love is the language of the universe, and it's really our greatest creative force. So a lot of you guys are creatives, and put a little heart emoji down below if you are a creative person, if you are an author, if you are an actor, if you are a speaker, a painter, whatever it is. I feel like a lot of creative, like, zhuzh is happening for people right now. So you're going to have this lovely balance of your rational intelligence with your intuitive and emotional intelligence and creative, like, verve. I mean, you're going to bring love to all that you do and really claim your self-worth by nurturing your own needs first, because Guinevere, it looks after. She was the queen of great beauty, bound by earthly emotions of physical love. So before Guinevere became queen as wife of King Arthur, she was the daughter of King Leo, I think you say he's Leod Grant of Scotland, a princess in her own right. So as we all know, every princess needs her knight in shining armor, and his name was Lancelot. So we got to take care not to idealize love, but be realistic in a relationship where both lovers are equal. We take control of how we love and who we love, and again, healthy boundaries. And you're going to start to feel that going into this. I want excellent communication, and you're really going to be, you know, demanding that on both sides, because what happens is things really only go askew if we're making lots of assumptions about the other person, and people aren't reading each other's minds. So what is too much communication? What is too little? What is too much together time in the beginning? What is too little? Again, this is just pure communication where you say, hey, listen, I like, you know, a weekend night to myself to do this and that, but I like A, B, and C. And then you guys have this beautiful congruence of, like, understanding and flow state of how you spend your time, which is nice. Because when you include self-love, you bring love into everything that you do. And that's very much representative of how you're feeling right now. Now, I love the Holy Grail. And when I feel like it comes up right in the center like that, that's truly representative of a soulmate connection. And you've manifested this. And the thing is, we're not living in doubt. We're not being skeptical of our own abilities anymore. We're knowing that we can do this. This is life force. This is spirit. This is, you know, new opportunities and beginnings being presented all over the place, and you being open to receiving the flow of life's gifts to you, which is love, which is great creative ideas, which is feeling stimulated in the right way, motivating yourself the right way. You know, just for me personally, it's so beautiful out today, and I remember just feeling a little bit tired, and I started internally kind of beating myself up going, if you don't go outside, you've got to be kidding me, it's the best day. So I said, you know what, don't plan this big crazy endeavor that you think you have to do. How about you just get in your car and you just go to the first park that is only yards away from your house and go for a walk? And that was the start of a magnificent day, because it started outside walking barefoot in a huge park with lots of geese and crows and just beautiful. And I had a beach scenery from there too. The park leads into the beach, and that started my day of peacefulness and connection. And that's what the Holy Grail really is. How do we start and feel grounded and safe on any adventure, right? And just go and speak to yourself throughout this. I can do this. I'm capable. I'm deserving. And then this gorgeous flow of life's gifts comes to you. You know, this is a time of conception, new beginnings, new love, birth, new life cycle, all of this, without ever losing sight of what holds the most value to you. You know what I mean? Great communication, humor, wonderful love, richness. And ask yourself right now too, like, what knowledge am I really seeking? Is it love? Is it success? Is it happiness, good health, or all of these? And the Holy Grail really offers you the possibility to be the best you, to have a renewed sense of who you want to be, to fill your cup with love and opportunities. But it really does also start with gratitude. And we know that. We say thank you for all that we have. I had so much gratitude today. I had a wonderful conversation with a lady, and she's like, you look so happy. You just are smiling so much. And she joked, she said, you must have a nice husband. I said, I do, but I also have a really nice life. I have the best job anybody could have. I'm self-employed. I spent my morning at a park with a bunch of geese. I have a really cool yard that I love. I have the best kids. I'm like, my life is awesome. And she's like, that's so nice, and it just was this fun conversation. I thought that's kind of nice, because sometimes I don't know, I forget that I do smile the majority of the time. I must look just like, how you doing? But I was like, much better. But also it is important. Sometimes I think when we smile too, it does help be more approachable. I would rather go up to somebody smiling than somebody with a grimace that looks like they might snap my head off. The Holy Grail is there for you. Okay, so I had a little interruption. My phone actually rang, and I was like, what in the world? So just hearkening back for a moment to the Holy Grail, remember, it's always right in front of us. We can make our own dreams come true by first clarifying what they are. What do we want? What do we want in our person? What do we want in our personal life? So on and so forth. And then having focus and follow through. Also, just asking our guides for support and start to watch those synchronicities pouring. But we also have to kind of divest our grip on it and healthy detachment to the universe. And then it comes in. Now, I love this white heart, because you're becoming realigned with all of this stuff that matters. Your true life purpose, balanced inner self, a great kind of perception of who you are and how you fit in the world, which I love. And also getting ready for new beginnings with a healthy perspective of, what's possible, because that's big too, right? Sometimes we think, oh, am I overreaching? Is that too much? Is that going to be difficult? Heck no, all things are possible. I say that all the time. All things are possible all the time. So there's going to be lots of new beginnings with your person. They're going to show you, brave new worlds and fun things. And I feel like they're really into I see a lot of art. I see a lot of museums. I see a lot of fun, like outdoor sports and walking and just cuddle up nights, watching movies together. Really filling these heartfelt longings that you've had. A lot of things right now are going to urge you to move forward, and you're going to do it really beautifully. You're going to say, woo, I'm remaining calm in my center as opportunities present themselves. Because the white heart appears in the cards because it invites you to start a new venture or a new phase in your life that will require chasing, meaning being committed to pursue this new opportunity unless it eludes you. You know how many great thoughts we have a day when it comes to writing that book, writing those lyrics, painting that picture, but we oftentimes shelve it and go later, but not you. Now you get that good idea. You're like, that's going down on paper. I'm doing this. This is really, the white heart was a messenger from the Celtic otherworld and really appeared when something sacred, a law or code, was being broken. So when the white hart entered the hall at Camelot, he was chased by a hound, which was then followed by a damsel who was carried off by a stranger. So it's all of this stuff. So we have to say, am I pursuing my own quest? And if the answer is no, then just realign with what it is that you really want, because it's a time for awakening your soul to nature and to everything your heart is really calling up. Be awake and be prepared, because your soulmate is coming in, which I love this so much for you. So that's you, group 3. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And if you want a private read, all my information is right on the front thumbnail. You can just DM me or email me and I get back to you. I'll send you your menu. All first time clients get half off as well as a thank you. It's my May thank you. And you guys, just again, each day when you wake up, any of those turbulent thoughts come in of doubt or fear or whatever, just say, I get to choose my thoughts, which are then going to create my mood, and I want to be in a good mood. So love and light.